How can we build resilient organisations? Organisations that survive hardship and thrive during uncertainty. I think there's three things that we can pay attention to. So the first is facing reality with a staunch conviction. So rather than saying, why me? It's about why not me? So what marks resilient people and organisations out is that they have a really sober, grounded and pragmatic view of what really matters when it comes to survival. Of course, organisationally, this is a more complex question to answer. So it demands a more complex solution, quite frankly. So this is a really good time to consider gathering together partners, employees, customers, investors, suppliers, other partners, to start to look at what is changing in the world of our customers. What are the needs that are arising as a result of those changes? And what needs aren't yet met that we might be able to help with? And from that, what's our best response as a collective and as individual organisations? In my experience working on resilience programmes with teams, this is the single most important thing that you can do to help people to explore together the world that they're in, the future as it looks, and the challenges and the opportunities ahead. Now, of course, this has to be really sensitively facilitated because it will attract all sorts of different emotions, which of course should be welcomed, accepted, and almost invited. So some people will feel very excited about the opportunities ahead, others terrified, others just overwhelmed, and the whole gamut of emotions in between. But from my experience, really, this is probably the most important thing you can do to build resilience. So the second thing is about starting to build a more fuller, better, more robust and sustainable company. So it's about making meaning from hardship, if you like. So organisationally, that might mean this is a really good time to revisit your values and ask a really tough question. Are these values providing the scaffolding that we need in order to build and sustain organisational success? And if not, refresh them. The other thing that we might want to think about is our structures, about how we organise people, about how we organise work out to customers. And we know from, high performing companies that people who have end-to-end responsibility for work that delivers value to the customer, it's more likely to be better. If there are connections right laterally across the organisation, across divisions and teams, they are more likely to be high performing. If their management structure is fairly lean, if they have a mechanism for learning that then feeds into continuous improvement for customers, then these are factors that really build high performance. So thinking about how this plays out in your organisation and considering maybe different operating models or working structures that maybe reduce layers, that make better use of technology, and that maybe provide space for incubation of ideas, which sort of leads me on neatly to my final point, and this is being able to improvise solutions. Again, resilient people and organisation, they make the best of what they have, and they innovate almost without having anything to do that. They innovate because they have a key connection to reality and what's needed, and the ability to do that. So how can you build the ability to improvise within your organisation? Do you have, for example, innovation hubs that give permission to experiment, that help people to play around a bit with risk safely, and who can then either test, whether it's testing new customer products or services or new ways of working or organisational structures, having this test and learn environment is really important. And if you can make sure that that process sort of starts from appreciation of what works before fixing what doesn't, if it is boundaryless, if you like, so it involves customers, suppliers, employees, investors, or whoever is relevant to the topic under discussion, then actually you're setting yourself up really well for the future. So I'm going to stop there. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I hope you have a very sunny, happy weekend, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.